Hi everyone, I'm back again, this time with a birthday card. It's the never ending birthday card, but I needed to make it a large card. And so this is 9 inches by 9 inches. And I've cut those two pieces of cardstock in half at 4.5 inches. So now I want to adhere the top pieces to the bottom pieces, and I'm just using a guide there that is a square cut at 2.25 by 2.25, because I wanted to use glue because tape does not stick forever, so the glue is going to work better for me, and that's why I used the guide. So now I'm just adhering it. Now the reason I wanted to make it this big was I usually give my grandkids um, a special gift for their 13th, 18th, and 21st, and I give them $10 for each year. So in this instance, I needed 13 envelopes. So that's hence why the large card. And each envelope is going to have a $10 note in it. What I did with that, because I didn't have a $10 note, so Hubs had a commemorative one, I think, in his coin note album, and so I just measured what it was and cut it down using blank paper, because I'm going to send this card in the mail, so I won't be sending the cash with it. She's already got that, my daughter, and so I need her to replace the money, well, replace the paper with the money. So there we are, they're all joined together. Now while that's drying, I decided to go ahead and cut all the other elements. So I used my Cricut to cut the happy birthday sentiment, and they had to fit on a certain width. So that's why the font sizes are different. And the cardstock there that the happy birthday are going to be sitting on, well, the measurements were up there on the screen. And now again using the glue to adhere the sentiment onto the black cardstock. And my granddaughter loves pink and purples, so I thought the card base had to be that. And this had pink and purple tones in the paper, and they were all stripy, so I thought that would look pretty good, and it stands out on the black cardstock. And I always have to do this, is just test all the letters there, the whole word, to make sure it's going to fit and how close I have to glue the letters on. Then I pick one at a time and adhere it down and go from there. So there we go, just fit. And now I've used my Cricut again to cut out the age, so the 13. Again incorporating the black. And there's just a bit of lilac paper there with butterflies on it, continuing the purple theme. And now this is a really handy technique whereby you adhere the double-sided tape down, peel off the corners, and you pretty much be able to adhere it um, pretty much straight. I've only just got the hang of it, and I love it because you've still got the stickiness of the backing, um, which helps prevent it from sticking down completely until you're ready. And just peel it off. Now this is dry, and I'm now folding it over without scoring it, but you can score it um, at the 2¼ inch mark on each side, and then before you actually glue it together, it helps in doing that. But I prefer to do it this way. That way I've got more, if I stuff up on adhering it all together and they don't sort of line up very well, I can make it happen. It's not perfect, but I don't think anyone's going to pick up on it. Now I wanted another sentiment to add to the other two sections that I didn't have anything on. I could have just put some pattern paper, but on the original card that I made my granddaughter, I had a couple of sentiments that I really loved in one of the paper pads, and I couldn't find any other to use for this one, so I just decided to print them out on my computer on lightweight cardstock. And I didn't cut right to the black edge, so I'm just inking the edges and getting rid of the white. Just using some VersaFine Onyx black ink there for that. Put those aside to dry before I attempt to put them on the card front. Again, doing that tape technique there. Okay. There's a lot of elements to this card, but it's a special card for a special girl for a special birthday. So I didn't just want to give her a normal little card with 130 cash in it. So I wanted it to last a bit of while before she understood what it was all about. And adhering the letters on with some quick dry adhesive through my fine liner bottle. Best tool ever. So thankfully I haven't got any other big birthdays this year. I think they're pretty scattered. So there's the front section of the card. And now I have to do the envelopes. There are 13 small envelopes and there are 2 large envelopes. So I'm doing the large envelopes now. That's a 6x6 piece of pattern paper. And I'm using the Martha Stewart envelope scoreboard, and I'm scoring those on all sides at 2¼ inches. Yeah, my trimmer blade needs replacing. Alright, now we're going to adhere it down to the top section. I'm leaving the bottom section for so where you can write your personal message. Just remember to adhere it down with the flap at the top. Now I've done the same sized envelope again, and it's going in there in this is the third opening, and it's going to be cut in half because that opens up. It's split those two purple sections. Just closing each side of those halves, just with a thin line of glue, and then adhering them down. Now you'll see why the need for this split envelope soon, although you've probably guessed it by now. Now here are the little envelopes. So I've just taken my Tim Holtz centering ruler and marked the center with a dot, and now bringing those corner sides over and that bottom one up so the tip of it lines up with the edge of the top section there. Bring that little triangle over, glue it down, and glue the bottom to create the envelope. And there we are. I have to make 12 of these tiny little envelopes. Oh, did I say 3 by 3? I think they're 2½ inches squared, these little envelopes. So 2½ by 2½. And the center is a 1¼ in and 1¼ down. So they'll get adhered to each of those sections, the scored sections there. And that's where the money will go. Each $10 note. So because it's they're even. So we've got 8 on there. So we need 4 more plus the extra one, which is going to be the left side of that large envelope there. So there we go. Yep, 8, 10, 12, 13. Now, what do I put in that right side? Well, I just thought I'd put a couple of little words in there. Be kind, you are valuable, friends will come and go, be the kind of friend you want to have, be true to your unique self. That just sits in there. And then I thought I'd close them down with a couple of dots, a dot on each of the envelope. So, what goes in there? Well, here's the folded up $10 template, which my daughter has to remove and replace with the real $10, 13 times. So that folds up and sits in there nicely and then can be sealed with one of those dots. And the card closes up nicely, even with all that extra paper inside. So obviously the other envelope was a bit different, so I have to refold this to fit in there. It'll sit in there like that, and another dot to close it. So I'll send the sheet of dots down to my daughter, so she knows to do it. So in the actual birthday card I made her, I printed out some little verses for her, just to sit in that envelope there. I can seal that one now. There we go. That's the back. I didn't do anything to the back. You could put some pattern paper on it. I didn't worry too much about it. Okay, so because the envelope is a bit of a strange size, I decided to make my own envelope. So we've got a piece at 11 1/4 by 9 3/16, and a piece at 10 1/4 by 10. And the 10 1/4 by 10 is going to be scored at 1/2 inch on 3 sides. So there's the 10 1/4, there's the 10. So on the 10 1/4 inch side, 1/2 inch on both ends of that one, and then one end of the 10 inch side. That will create the pocket. And then I just miter the corners there. And the top section so it goes in smoothly. Fold those over. And I've decided, because it's an envelope and because paper's going to be added into it, I didn't want score tape to be in the way of the other paper to stick onto it. So I decided I would use wet glue. But I had to do this fairly quickly because this wet glue dries quick. And then we just adhere the longer piece onto those flaps, tabs. Now to make it look like an envelope, I'm going to miter those top corner pieces. Just using a craft knife and my ruler. And using that piece I cut off to measure the other side. There we go. I wanted a nice clean fold in the flap, so just scored that, and it works nicely, and the card fits beautifully. So there you go. Took a while, but I think it's worth it. I mean, the effort that's gone into it for her hopefully will make her feel a bit special. Okay, guys, I'm out of here again. Hopefully, it won't be too long before I upload another video. If you have any questions, comments, put them down below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.